Okay, guys, they failed at canceling Thanksgiving. No way on earth they would try and cancel Christmas. Not now, no way.
So the next big holiday is obviously the Christmas, New Year's holiday, where people tend to travel, want to be with family, but we just can't do it this year.
The war on Christmas just got real, people. It's time to fight for our frankincense. It's a magical time of year, a season of wonder and amazement, when millions of Americans go to bed, and while we are all sleeping, something magical happens and we wake up to a miracle. Obviously, we're not talking about Christmas here. We're talking about Joe Biden's 2020 election night. Here is what the election map looked like at midnight on November 4th. It had Donald Trump projected to win over 300 electoral votes in a landslide if heavy Trump trends remained. But wait just a moment. 'Tis the season of giving, and swing states gave a lot to Joe Biden on this magical night. Stacks and stacks of ballots with Joe Biden's name on them were found under the election night Christmas tree in the morning. Keep in mind that all this happened in key swing states where President Trump had previously held massive leads earlier in the night. What? How is that legal? Actually, it isn't legal. And there's a lawsuit going to the Supreme Court over it in Pennsylvania. The vote totals, shockingly in these states, matched precisely the margins that Biden needed to win, to make up these states that evening. A Christmas miracle, guys. Now pause for a second. If Donald Trump won this election with the vote totals that came in like that, do you think the DNC PR wing media would be telling the country to shut up and accept the results? Would you even be proud of that as a conservative? Of course not. Honest, decent people are disgusted by this level of grinchy election rigging and abnormalities, no matter who it benefits. That's just honesty. Another magical abnormality is the fact that Trump expanded his base massively by 11 million votes. He grew his support with black voters by 50% this election, increased his support with Hispanics by 35% nationally. But he still lost? No incumbent president in history has lost re-election while expanding his base of support. A piece in The Federalist lays out more of Biden's seemingly magical election night miracles. Joe Biden supposedly received 80 million votes. 80 million, that's a ton. That's 11 million more than Barack Obama received in 2008 at the pinnacle of his popularity. Despite somehow beating Obama's turnout, he won a record low. Joe Biden won a record low of 17% of American counties. Joe Biden won only 527 counties in America. Compare that to the 873 counties that Obama won in 2008. Joe Biden did this all without campaigning. A Christmas miracle, certainly, people. Another miracle is the fact that Joe Biden won despite losing most historic bellwether counties. Trump won 18 of 19 counties that historically predict the winner of presidential elections. But don't you worry, Magic Joe pulled it all off. And you'll be banned from social media for questioning his magic. Magic Joe will be the first president in 60 years to lose both Ohio and Florida, but still win the election. Biden underperformed Hillary Clinton everywhere in the country, except in a few key counties. Pollsters Richard Barris and analyst Robert Barnes have noted that Joe Biden underperformed Hillary Clinton in every major metro area around the country, except for Milwaukee, Detroit, Atlanta, and Philadelphia. How magical. Magic Joe won despite Democrat losses nationwide. 27 seats were rated as toss-ups. Republicans have not lost a single one of those seats. So far, it appears that they will win them all. That means that Republicans went and voted for their local officials in the GOP, but against the most popular Republican president in modern history? That's true, by the way. President Trump received 94% of the primary vote. Historically, no incumbent who received 75% of the total primary vote has ever lost re-election. A record 18 million voters showed up for President Trump in the 2020 primaries. That's more than any incumbent in history. The previous record, held by Bill Clinton, only had 9 million. Trump had an army, and Joe Biden had kindergarten circles. Joe Biden did not campaign. He did not inspire. He could barely speak. We all saw it. He regularly forgot his words or made up new ones. Take a look.
I'll lead an effective strategy to mobilize true international effort to pressure.
If you guys believe that magical Joe Biden, in a Christmas miracle, actually received 80 million legal votes without campaigning, then you are in for some coal from the Benny Report this Christmas. Send us your address. Hopefully it'll be a post office box in Georgia.
You just watched Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news channel, now in more than 70 million homes. You can get Newsmax TV on your cable system or check your cable guide. And if your system doesn't carry Newsmax, call them, tell them you want Newsmax TV, because we're real news for real people.